Welcome to the Dragon Table, and welcome to a new episode of The Vintage Closet. I have a closet in my house full of vintage games. Some of them are just vintage versions of games that we know today, and some of them are not available anymore, like this one. This is Global Pursuit from National Geographic. I was a child of the 80s, and we were a National Geographic house, so it only made sense to get this game. It's a game about maps and trivia about the world. So let me show you what's in the box. Terrible rule book. It does come, or it did, come with a super really nice map of, let's call it the old world. But it's really thick, it's really, really nice material. It's a really nice map. Of course, this was in 1988, so Soviet Union. We have Eastern and Western Germany, among many other changes that have happened since then. But it's still pretty neat. You don't need it for the game. They just threw it in there for fun. So the actual game consists of these different types of maps. There's people and places, people and products, planet Earth, and historic happenings. And all of these will combine together to make a map of the world. And they're all very different looking. See, they all make a map of the world, but they're all very different graphically, which I think is very cool. Everybody takes some of these in their hand, and then you place one out and you have to match it to an existing piece. You can play it two ways. You can either play it with 4 maps, which takes a really long time, or you can play it making just one map. Once you match a piece to an existing piece on the table, then you answer a question in that category. So you would answer a question with one of these categories. So here are some examples of trivia questions, and they're ranked. So there's 1, 2, and 3, easy, medium, and hard. So the easy question on this is true or false, Manila is the capital of Japan? Well, I could look at the map if I wanted to. Obviously it's false. So the easy question on this one is, which of these states borders on Mexico? A, Texas, B, Louisiana, or C, Michigan? A medium would be the world's smallest independent state is ruled by the head of the Roman Catholic Church. What is the name of this tiny state? And then the hard one is, name the group of British islands that lies just off the northwest coast of France. So obviously Texas, Vatican City, and Channel Islands. So that's an example of the difficulty level of the questions. The easy ones are generally very easy. And the hard ones sometimes are actually kind of hard. Some cards have a little symbol on them that says roll. When that happens, you pick what level question you're going to ask, and you roll a 12-sided die. That's very heavy and very high quality die. If you get the question right, you add that many points to your score. Does it seem unbalanced to you? Might be. There's also ones that have a wild card. If you answer the question right on this card, you then have the option of answering a wild card question. Again, there are ranks of easy, medium, and hard on these cards as well, and they can be about any topic. Like true or false, bats are found everywhere except in extremely cold polar regions, in extremely hot desert regions, and on a few isolated islands. What do you think? I think it's true. It's true! So if you did that, you get an extra point. You get points for answering questions right, and the points are doled out using these chips, which are actually not super chintzy. They're kind of nice. They kind of feel nice to play with. They're not like high quality or anything. They might make some good chips for another game. You also get points when you match your map card. So one of the things that's really neat is creating these maps. When you play with, well, either way you play with the maps, you do not have to match a map from the same topic. you can put all different sorts of map topics together. But I believe you get a bonus point if you match a map to the same type. So if I match that one here, that's the same type, so you'd get a bonus point. But when you're making just one map, you can just keep going and fill out this whole map. The game can end a couple of ways. I think one is if there are no map tiles left to put out, or if nobody can make a match. One of the ways the game can end is if you've run out of room on the table. It actually says that. One of the ways the game ends, there is no more room on the playing surface. And then whoever has the most points wins. Is this a good game? No, this is not a good game. The rolling of a die to possibly add bonus points, answering questions, is crazy. You could be plugging along, answering level 1 and 2 questions and have, 8 or 10 points. And the person next to you rolls a 12, answers a 1, and they're, shooting way ahead of you. It's better to think of this game as like an activity rather than a game, which is the way we did it when I was a kid. It was more like, it was fun to build the maps, and it was fun to answer the questions. It was fun to, play with these chips when they're sitting in front of you. But in terms of it being a good game, no, not really. If you're looking for a trivia game, there are a lot better ones out there. But if you're looking for an activity, and also it would be educational for a kid. I think you'd have to deal with, at this point, with this game, questions that are outdated, obviously. But if you see it at a thrift store or something and it's cheap, it would be fun. I mean, it's not like, as long as you go into it knowing that it's not a great game and it's just like a fun activity and you can learn stuff from it, I think that's pretty cool. Plus, this die is really, really nice. Like, it's super heavy. I don't know if you can tell. I guess that's a critical Global Pursuit hit. So that is National Geographic's Global Pursuit. Thanks for visiting the Dragon Table. I'll see you next time.